Testing, Wickerson Studios. I'm going to apply this originally what I had as a Rhino script syntax off of atlv.org, and I put it into Rhino geometries. And like I said, I'm going to be bringing in import math, and I'm going to be playing simply with it to build some very interesting geometries. I'll show you exactly what I do within the Python script, and then how I take it out and develop that in the Grasshopper nodes. That's a little, because I've played a lot in Grasshopper over the last year and a half, I obviously have a lot more ability to do it there than I do in the script here. But since I'm trying to show the basics of this and the application of that, let's take a look at what happened. We really aren't using anything beyond point 3D, and yet these geometries can be made. So let's just jump in here, take these geometries, put them in hidden. We'll go up to a full image of how these shapes are made. They're pretty simple. They're just controlling lines, but it's going to get a little trickier as we go into it. I will take off all of the other things, probably here, so you can see all the points and what's happening, and we can see what I'm clicking on as we go through it. It might be best that I actually take the whole thing off, and as I click things, they pop in, and I always find shaded view allows for that a little more. So let's just position back to where we were and take a look at this script. If I put my preview on, you'll see I'm generating these points, and that's all this script does. It takes from this number slider and generates a series of points like that. Because I have control over it through my script and a little bit of math, so you can see they're generating those, and they're being generated as a array or a list of A and an array or a list of B. So if we were to close this one off with, I kind of wish in here my quick Control Shift U and C would work a little more, but otherwise I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just going to take those off, and you can see running that script, I only get that first set of points. And it's really a for, if, elif, and else statement. And you can ignore all the kind of math things that I've shammed in here, because that's where the play is. Basically, I'm making points, and it's decided, okay, if you're less than x divided by y, if you're less than x divided by 3, and else you're going to pop in here, and that's why you get this point, this point, and then these streamed across here. And then I did the same type of thing here, but then I just hard-coded in 6 to produce the back lines. So actually, if I take this one off here and put that one up here, I can comment out the bottom one, run that, and you'll see the back lines. And that's where it's decided, okay, so you're going to do this, this, and this. And I decided to, let's have a little fun on both streams. And it's hard to see what each one's doing without going to these, running that script, and then having a look at this one and this one in preview. And it's popping off my page, so I'm just putting preview on, and there's your 2 sets of lines. Now, what I thought would be nice is to garner a little bit of distance as points, and I was using that for a while, and I was doing radii, and I thought that's good data to have a hold of, because, they're based on the program that's running in Python. You end up with all these points, and what could you do with that data? Well, they're pretty similar. They all dance around point. Oh, no, they jump around from 0 to 5, so up and down. So that data is pretty cool if you start thinking about what you can bring in. Once I have lines, I subdivide, and of course, I'm dividing by the count. The count being, I believe, the count being exactly what it was set here, in a sense of what x and y were, and x and y are the same, so it's kind of pointless to have 2 variables. But because I wanted to change that up a little bit, I could always make 2 number sliders here and see how that busts my script. And I just busted it myself by disconnecting it. But I could control copy and then have a script that I bring in here, and I play with the changes in that and see if that does crazy funky things to my script, and it certainly does. So you just wanted to have a little more play. So I like having XY variables so I can play with that. I'm not sure what that does to my full script. I'll have to jump in here and take a look at the final one. There it is. So I'm just playing around, and then, of course, what I do with my lines is I divide the curve, I dispatch them, I put in my lines between them. And this is basic stuff I've done on my Grasshopper demos, and I love variable pipe because you can throw it in through a whole other math system of Graph Mapper and play with that and really have fun with your nib knobs and produce the geometries and strangeness that's so fun. And to me, these little scripts and these little clusters that I could cluster through ranges, and mind you could use the same data coming out. It's going to be very tricky for me to start script my geometry solely in a Python node, but currently I've got it down to these these outputs from those two integer. And keep in mind that I am going in here and I'm finding type int integer, type int integer. I'm dealing with single data. I'm producing lists, and there is no sense of tree data here except for right here where I produce two sets of lists that are separate, which I have to dispatch separately to bring back together to find a distance. So now we're starting getting into data trees a little bit from lists, from generated points. I'm happy. I'm having fun. I think I can grab everything and just let it be previewed. And Ella's already making noise. So there you go. You've got some pretty nice script. Jump on in, be playful with it. It'll be on my GitHub. And you control and do things that would be very hard well, not very hard, but you could do it all in Grasshopper. But why not do it in Python? I better wrap it up. Ella's here ready to help me out. Thank you very much.